Thanks for tuning in to Unclogged, a Zoom Drain podcast. We've got a special episode for you today as we've invited our friend and fellow franchisee, DennisTheApprentice, to dig deep on the humble beginnings of being an apprentice and how that translates into a successful career. You can find DennisTheApprentice on Instagram and on his podcast, Behind the Windshield. So, let's run it.
It's awesome. So,
absolutely.
This is a nice little setup here, by the way.
This is very fun, isn't it? This is all Zoom Drain did this.
Yeah, try not to knock the table over, but...
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. I can't remember, how did we first meet? Do you remember? I don't quite remember.
I remember. It was 2 years ago at Wet.
It was here at Wet?
Yeah, it was Wet 2 years ago, before COVID.
And I was puzzled because you had a TikTok that had gone viral.
Yes.
And I'm like, how on earth did you get a TikTok to go viral?
Yeah, it's the simplest thing. I still can't repeat it. Still can't. I try every day. I can't do it.
It just happened, right?
It just happened. I think it has like 29 million views.
Yeah.
And of the simplest thing, pulling a pump out of a well.
That's it. And you became TikTok famous.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, very cool.
Just that,
And then we met then, and then we ended up going out somewhere and eating, and we met Danny G there.
Danny G.
That same night.
Yep.
A whole bunch of guys.
Yeah, I think I was still employed by my previous employer. I wasn't self-employed at that point.
You were.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a discussion about that.
Yes.
For sure. My audience is apprentices, so how did you know from high school or wherever, did you have any inkling you're going to be a plumber, or how'd that happen?
Well, so my dad was a contractor.
Okay.
So he always brought me to work, so I kind of always liked working with my hands.
Yeah.
If it was anything with school, like English and stuff like that, I was horrible. I was that guy in the back of the room causing problems.
Right.
Put me in working class, carpentry class.
What was your best problem you caused?
Flip a desk in a teacher's lap.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, you were.
Yeah, I was that person, yeah.
Okay, oh, wow.
But when I was in carpentry class,
yeah.
No, that was what I was focused on. I was playing with my hands, I was playing with tools, and I loved it.
Very cool.
Plumbing wasn't really what I initially saw myself going towards. Initially, kind of in the beginning, I was bouncing between computers and plumbing, and father's friend told me, we did a lot of work for him, you'll never not have a job.
Right.
So he said, computers will go away, people, it's going to change. So I kind of took plumbing around with it, and I think it's like 20 or 29 years now.
Awesome. Did you feel like it was like you were settling, like you missed going to college?
No, not at all. Not at
awesome.
all. You know what? It was what we do. We're never bored. So you don't think it just goes on. You don't even think about it.
Yeah. Very cool. A lot of kids. I find a lot of kids feel like they're going into a trade because they didn't make it through college, or something. But
no, I shouldn't be. People shouldn't feel that way.
Not
not anymore. Trades are not what they were. Not even close.
Yeah.
In our area, the need's there, and people are paying apprentices to start. It's crazy.
Awesome.
So it's just the need's there.
Right. Right. And it's good money.
Yes.
Yeah.
And good money, and you definitely take care of your family.
And there's something that's beyond money, and that is when you help someone out.
Yes, that's
there's
a good
feeling in your heart that money can't buy.
Yes.
That is actually a surprise. Isn't it a surprise, kind of?
Yeah. My favorite is when you go to a customer's house that you're not the first person, maybe the fifth person, and you found it, you fixed it, and they couldn't believe it.
Right.
That's my favorite. Those are my favorite kind of calls.
And then they're a customer for life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very cool. So tell me about your apprenticeship. In your area, do you have apprenticeships or schooling, or what was it?
We currently have apprenticeship now. When I started, there was no apprenticeship. It was basically you did 5 years in the field, and you had W-2s, go get your license. The company I worked for, I was his first employee.
Okay.
And 6 months, I was in my own truck, roughing houses, dropping primer on the floor. It was bad.
So what did you do that gave him enough confidence to put you in a truck in 6 months?
How fast I learned, which is important. Just kind of pick up as much as you can. Ask a lot of questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Just ask.
Okay.
You never know. I will always, when I had apprentices, I would always show them over and over again and make sure they get it, and then let them try it. Which is hard, but I would step away.
How did he know you were paying attention?
I think he just trusted me a little more.
Okay.
Because I kind of had a background, my dad being a contractor, so we kind of.
What age were you?
I think I was 18. Yeah.
Very cool. So you're in a truck in 6 months.
Yeah.
So don't expect that.
No.
Unless you're at Zoom Drain.
Yeah.
Zoom Drain has a really cool program, and in 6 months we can get a person in a truck, but it's just drain work.
Yeah.
Right? It's not.
Yeah. 6 months is a good time. That's a good time. Now 6 months you have a guy basically making money, his own money.
Exactly. Exactly. So what do you look for in an apprentice? How can you tell if you got a good one?
I think I spoke once before. Usually when you bring someone to work with you and they don't have their hands in their pocket, hopefully try to realize what your next step's going to be and have that tool ready for you. And honestly, I always tell them, I want to feel you breathing behind my neck. I want you to see what I'm doing and kind of understand what I'm doing and ask that question, why am I doing it this way? That's how you know someone actually wants to do this. The ones who
questions.
stand behind and kind of just look from a corner and turn around and not look at you, yeah, you can tell those aren't the ones.
How quick can you make that decision to let someone go if they're that way?
That's always a hard decision to do.
It is, isn't it?
It is, but you think you want to give someone a chance. You really do, and it's hard.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the last place I worked, I mean, we had guys come in and out constantly, and you could see like this guy's not meant to. This is not him.
Right.
You know.
What's the first thing that makes you feel that way?
I have to keep asking them to do something over and over and over again, and they look at you like I have to retrain it every single time.
The same thing over
yeah,
and over.
over again. Or even simple things. Walk to the truck. Don't walk empty-handed. Every chip has to count.
Oh, so
That's
simple.
like the most important thing. And if there's nothing to do, you can always clean.
Right.
Always grab a. I clean. I'm not gonna. It's not below me to clean. I will get on my floor and clean.
Right.
Clean. Do something. Make yourself useful. Something.
Right.
The
Right.
ones who will stand behind and always ask. You have to always tell them do this. Those are the tougher ones.
Right.
You can see that pretty quick.
One of my mentors, Jim Rohn, who passed away, but I loved him, and he always said he'd be teaching and talking, and then he'd say, if you're interested. I think that's true, right?
Yeah.
Like, all this is if you're interested,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And how do we tell if they're interested, if they're asking questions?
Ask questions and sit right next to us.
Yeah.
So you can tell that. You can tell pretty quick.
Cool.
Sometimes they do come along a little slower, but you can always tell it.
Right. But do you have any rules about smartphones on the job site?
As long as they're recording me, I don't care.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Actually have them
Yeah.
recording you.
Yep, I've had that. Some videos are usually not me. Usually someone's recording for me. If I'm doing a job they can't do,
Yeah.
take pictures. So,
Awesome. I love that idea.
Yeah.
That's so clever.
Yep, and they won't fight that.
Right. Exactly. Very good. Where did George the Plumber come from? Where did this influencer thing happen? How'd that start?
Don't know. It just I was working for a company. When I came back from New York City, working for a small, actually my first employer, I went back to work for him when I left New York City.
Okay.
And my page was a paintball page. So I'm doing boilers. All my customers call me George the Plumber. George the Plumber's not available, so I took it.
Yeah.
And I just started slowly posting, and all of a sudden it just kind of started evolving to what it is now. And it just, just still the same fun, like just posting everything I do. I work by myself a lot, so it just gives something to talk to, someone to respond to. That's really what it is,
Wow.
And our area is kind of unique with what we do in Jersey. It's old.
You're right.
So stuff we do, people have no idea. Like the
Right.
Plaster of Paris toilets.
Right.
That's common. You pull a toilet, it's probably in Plaster of Paris in older homes.
On the base?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. Oh yeah. Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. You put a pencil mark on the floor, set it in plaster, level it, let it cure for a second, and it's solid like a rock. Yeah.
Wow, you're blowing people's minds.
That video always gets it's usually pretty interesting.
Very cool. So how do you do it every day? Like, how much time do you spend tagging and all that kind of stuff?
It's all day. It's an all-day process, to be honest.
Yeah.
Between calls, I make it a point to make a couple posts a day. I mean, I have 4,400 posts, 4,300 posts.
Yeah.
Depends what job I'm doing. Some days, if I don't post, I get stressed out. But I try to quick post something. You can always tell it's like a big run sentence. There's no punctuation. It's just George.
Yeah.
Because I'm usually posting and running between jobs.
Yeah. And you love it. It's obvious you love it.
Yeah. It's fun. It's basically what I do every single day, and I love it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just sharing what I do.
Very cool. How does it? So I'm also discovering. Well, I think we're all challenged with this. Is like, young people don't even know if they're mechanically inclined or not. Like back in our day, we had to fix the mower or fix our bicycle or whatever. And nowadays, people aren't exposed to that, and so you might have a mechanically inclined person, and they don't even know it yet. For instance, I have a CPA.
Yeah.
He had a degree from University of Washington in accounting.
Yeah.
And hated it. And he's one of my very best plumbers, but he had no idea he was mechanically inclined.
It was not in school anymore. Did nothing. Not even workshop. Nothing.
So have you discovered any hints that a young person might be mechanically inclined that might clue you into that? Or clue a kid in that, hey, I might be actually gifted?
I mean, I don't know how I honestly don't know how it would actually,
What my thought is maybe Legos. Like if a kid's fascinated with Legos,
Yeah, Legos
versus
are,
videos.
Yeah.
Did you play with Legos?
Oh, yeah.
See, I'm working on this. I'm working on this thesis.
Legos, definitely,
Trent, one of my techs, his dad would buy broken toys at Goodwill and bring them home and let Trent take them apart when he was a kid.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Cool?
That's a good one.
I started doing that. Like, just bring it. Here's some tools, and here's a broken remote control car.
Yeah.
And just start taking it apart.
But I lose focus. I think puzzles probably fit in that same spot too. But I lose focus fast. So if I can't figure it out quick enough, I'm done. I just lose. I'm to the next thing already.
Unless you love it.
Yeah.
Because you haven't lost focus on your.
No,
what you're up to.
no, it never changes. You know,
Yeah.
especially the plumbing trade, that never changes.
Awesome.
So.
Awesome. George is getting famous here.
Yeah, no, not even close. So I did a video with American Plumbing Stories, and it's basically explaining my journey to the trade
Yes.
from the start. Like what basically we started talking about. What involved that project was basically I got involved with a Habitat for Humanity, which I worked for Habitat for years. When the economy was bad, I kind of took a job working for them and still did plumbing on the side, but it wasn't paying my bills, so I actually worked for Habitat building houses. So this opportunity came up to work with the high school kids that they're doing a Habitat house on property that the 17-year-olds are building, that they're going to move to the same town that a resident's going to live in that same town and hopefully go to the same school.
So you're going to build the house and move it there?
Yeah, like a modular.
Oh, wow.
It's 1,200 square feet, 2 places, and they're going to build it and move it. And I got involved. We did the rough plumbing, I think December, with the kids. I try to step as much as possible and let them do as much as they can, and you know, just show them how to do it and kind of step away. And it came out pretty good, you know.
Very cool. And then they made a YouTube.
Yes.
It was like 30 minutes or so. It was like a feature.
24 minutes. Yeah.
24 minutes.
The longest YouTube video they've done.
Awesome.
Everything's usually 10 minutes. That one's 24 minutes.
And it was all about you.
Yeah. Yep. Me and the high school kids and kind of showing the trade and what we need in trades. You know, the shortage in the trades. So
you told me about that at the AHR show, and you were emotional.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what was emotional? What touched you about that?
I mean, more because I love what I do,
Yeah.
and I want people to feel the same way. So it kind of like when we started talking about, when I was doing the recording, the video, I felt myself kind of, I felt like my eyes getting glassy already. You know, I'm like, hey, it's just, it's because they did a great job showing what I love about the trade, which is really good. You know.
Right.
So I mean, it's 28 years and I still love it.
Right.
I do get up every morning. I'm up sometimes 5:30, and either I jump on Instagram real quick, then I'll jump into my software and see what my calls are, and kind of just go on my day.
Awesome.
You know. So.
I think it's a super privilege to find what you're gifted at.
Yeah.
Right. And you're gifted at what you do.
Yeah.
You're gifted at plumbing and sharing that story, and it touches your whole being.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean.
I think so many people in life miss out on finding what their true gift in life is. Right.
It doesn't feel like work. I can tell you that. It doesn't realize it. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some days that are harder than others, but the next day, just forget about it. Back to normal again. You don't even think about it. You know.
Awesome.
So. You know.
So where are we in 5 years? Where are you going to be in 5 years? Do you have any thoughts where this is all going?
No, not at all.
You got a YouTube. You got.
Yeah, I have no idea. I didn't know where it was going to be now.
Yeah.
It just, I mean, we really didn't. It just kind of just happened.
Right.
You know, and it's every single day is changing.
Taking steps, right?
Yeah,
Just taking
that's
steps.
it. You know,
Faith.
I have no plan. It's kind of,
Yeah.
you know.
So tell me about getting in business. Like, how did you decide to get in business, or how'd that happen?
Actually, it was Wet Show.
At the Wet Show.
At Wet Show, a lot of people were telling me basically, I'm wasting my talent working there.
Okay.
So I came back. I started bumping heads with the old owner, and I told him, I really don't want to work Saturdays anymore. I said, I don't mind working 5/12s. I don't want to work 6/12s anymore. Once I stopped working Saturdays, he basically did what he can do. He basically cut my call volume to nothing. So I went from, being his highest earner to his least earner.
I remember this.
Yeah, and like no matter of no time, and he basically acted like it never. I didn't know, and that's when I was like, it's done.
Wow.
So I just bought my time. I started marketing in May. Told the wife finally I quit my job. After I quit, came home and told her.
After he quit.
Yeah, after I quit.
Yeah.
After I quit.
There's a saying about that, isn't there? Something about asking for forgiveness after. Or like that.
I just taught my son that. She didn't like it. I waited for my phone's ring. I decided that. So he stopped giving me calls at 4 o'clock. So, so at 4 o'clock I would go home. My phone was ringing. I jumped in my truck and did my calls. He would call me. Now he would call me at 7 o'clock to do calls. I can't do it. I'm on my own jobs. So if you're not gonna pay my bills, I'm gonna do it myself. So once I realized I was basically making what he was giving me, in 2 calls, 3 calls, it was time.
Yeah.
I was basically making my week's pay in 3 jobs.
Right.
It was time to kind of leave.
Wow.
So I just waited to. It was time. It was August. In August, middle of COVID, I decided we're done. I just walked away.
So middle of COVID.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Right in the middle of COVID, right in the beginning.
Wow.
But I decided everybody's home. The home's getting beat up. The time's now.
For sure.
And it really has proven that. I mean, basically, averaging about 140 calls a month.
Awesome.
So it's been crazy. It's been a ride.
Pretty cool.
And not really prepared for it. I was hoping just to make enough to survive, not to basically be able to get the tools I need to actually do what I need to do my job without even questioning it. If I needed to make my job easier, I can get it.
Right.
That's
something I teach my apprentices too. Is if you need a tool, just buy it.
Yeah.
And I had a tech do that. I had an apprentice do that, and within a year's time, he was efficient as he could be.
Yeah.
He had the right tool for the right job, and his job, and he made it look easy.
There's no reason to struggle when the tool makes it easier at all, you know.
And keep your tools sharp.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
And all that. So based on that experience, how do you intend to grow your business? And do you have any vision for or aspirations for how you treat your employees?
It's hard. I mean, kids they want to make money, but I want to kind of be performance based. So I have a lot of friends basically trying to guide me in the direction to go. As basically, I'm thinking it's going to be like a minimum hourly, and at the end of the week, whichever is higher, their commission check or the hourly check they're going to get to motivate them.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to still kind of work on that. I'm not really, I'm still not really sold on, another trucker or somebody yet.
Yeah.
I'm still worried about that. I'm still having problems turning calls down. I can't say no.
So you're just on your own right now?
Yeah, right now by myself. And it's kind of like in that point where I really don't know. I don't know. But right now my call volume is crazy, and it's kind of, for one person stuff.
Right.
But it's getting done. It's just,
right.
Have
you trained any apprentices?
Yeah.
Like, have you ever had any apprentices go to a plumber?
Yes. That one wants to come work for me.
Imagine that.
He's waiting patiently for me to say if I want to come work for him, he'll quit his job, come for me. He's waiting, yeah.
Awesome. You gotta get that truck done.
Yeah. So if I go that route, I would have somebody, but again, that's a lot.
Well, now you're taking on the responsibility for someone else's mortgage payment.
Yep. I'm not sure if I'm just not just kind of I mean, I had a company before that went to 5 trucks in 3 years, and all of a sudden it was gone instantly.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, I have that in the back of my head, so it's always going to be there.
Right.
So I don't want that to happen again. So by myself, I can't hurt myself. It's by myself. I can say no.
Sure.
I don't have to, but when you start getting guys, you can't stop saying, you have to take everything.
Yeah. There's no harm in staying small either.
Yeah. So.
For sure. Who has been most influential for you? Like, who has been a mentor to you in the trades or?
I mean, my dad's really why I do what I do. He got me up every morning, forced me to go work with him, and kind of made me work.
What time did he get you up?
Oh, we used to leave the house at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
We still get up early. And
how old were you?
Me, I'm 46, going to be 47.
But how old were you when he was getting you up?
6 or 7.
Okay.
We just go. I would just go with him because childcare was an issue, so we would just go with him.
Yeah.
So I would just sit in the corner and play. Kind of not bring my 10-year-old with me. So he enjoys coming with me.
Yeah.
So it's just hopefully they become plumbers too.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Anybody beside your father?
My first boss was taught me how to keep I still to this day make the house cleaner than you got there. Doesn't matter how bad it was. Get on your knees, clean the floor, get a sponge, make it look shine. Make it better than you got there.
Mm-hmm.
Customers appreciate that.
Right.
And they always do. They're always surprised that I mopped. I got on my hands and knees and cleaned the floor on the way out of the bathroom.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I still do it this way. I still clean up. I make sure it's always cleaner. That's something he taught me. He taught me neatness. The things I do now, he taught me, like make sure everything's perfectly plumb and level, everything. And I still do it that way.
Perfect. Because he taught you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the way
he had high standards himself.
Yep. And then that's probably why he let me go on home, was he saw I was actually working out.
Right.
So.
Right.
I still, everything has to be perfect. I'm OCD. I can't be crooked. It drives me nuts. Even when I start bending copper.
Yeah.
If it doesn't look right, take it out and fix it. I just can't.
Yeah.
So.
I have this thing, like plumbers their customers don't know code, but they do know straight and clean and level.
Yep.
They can see that, right? So they don't know if it's the right length necessarily, but straight and clean. And
So I'm that plumber. I go to customer's house, and if it's a mess, I'm gonna tell customers it's a mess. So I always taught that customers never remember the price. They're gonna remember the work you did. And that's what they're gonna always show people. They're not gonna remember you might overpay for that. They're not gonna remember that. They're gonna remember this is a beautiful job. And they're gonna show people, and other people are gonna come in and hopefully compliment and not tear it apart.
And that bending is
that's
next level.
Yeah, it's fun.
Europe's been doing it for years, right?
But we're slow here.
Yeah.
But no, in Jersey we do a lot.
We've
always been in Jersey. It's just we still use a lot of copper.
Very cool.
But
well, one thing I appreciate about George the Plumber is he's always putting out these videos, right? And so I have my apprentices watch his stuff, and I encourage everybody else to as well, because you don't know what you just learn little pieces here and there, right? And it's just, I call it like the drip method.
Yeah.
Like we don't sit in class for 3 hours and learn something, but you see one little technique.
Yeah.
And then next time you're in that situation, you try
I keep trying to force myself to slow down and actually do the video and explain my process.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm posting between jobs.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, I forget. So I just post it to get it out there and don't think about it. I can actually voice over and explain what I'm doing, and I don't do it. What I want to do, I just explain my process for everything.
George, that would be amazing.
So
you're doing really cool stuff. You're really efficient about it. And if you could do a voiceover, wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah, I gotta focus on that. That's what I want to do. I mean, easy enough to do my phone. I kind of just want to get it out there and post and don't think about it, And honestly, I don't like hearing my voice.
Yeah, I don't either. When I make my videos, I hit post I've never watched them once.
That's why my personal YouTube page is not. It's like that. If you don't explain what you're doing and it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So I can't do that.
Yeah.
So I have to focus on that.
Yeah.
You know.
Very cool.
So.
Well, thanks for coming on, George.
No, thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
So I keep this nice.
And George the Plumber.
Yeah.
Follow George the Plumber. You'll learn stuff constantly. Oh, we got one more thing.
One more thing. Yeah, one more thing. I forgot. So today was opening entries for the Rigid Experience. So if you didn't get a chance, go sign up and sign up for winning. And I'm actually the first guest for Rigid Experience was announced today.
So
yeah.
So tell, what is the Rigid Experience? For those of you that don't know what is the Rigid Experience?
It's awesome. You actually get taken to the factory. You get to see how tools are made. Probably my favorite part is I'm gonna get a pipe wrench with my name on it. That's gonna be on my wall. I can't wait. That's gonna be awesome. Have my own custom pipe wrench.
Very cool.
So most of us that on social media see Rigid Experience. So most people see it. Most people want to go.
Yeah.
I'm happy I got selected. So,
Very cool. Very cool. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Here's a free gift for being on the show.
It's cool.
Awesome.
So, thank you.
All right. Thanks, George.
Thank you.